Hello guys, my name is Mohan Pawar and you are watching my channel Vivad Music Arts Technology. And in this video we are continuing our Python series and we are going to talk about comprehensions in this particular video. So please visit my website vivanmat.com and subscribe our channel Vivanmat for more such videos. And if you have not visited, then please once visit this Python programming and have the ideas that what I have told you in these 14 videos, and then I would be recommending you to move on with this comprehension one. Okay, so I am here in my tutorial Python directory where we have all the files that we have created and discussed in this 14 videos. So let's create a new file and name it compre.py. So here, first of all, let me tell you what are comprehensions. So comprehension is basically a way in Python which offers an easy and compact way of creating lists and dictionaries and sets. So we are talking, so as we have discussed about list and dictionaries in our previous videos, list function and dictionary function. So that's why I thought that it's the right time to start with this comprehension. And then after that, we are going to use comprehension as list and as dictionary. So let's get started. I hope you all know how to make a list and a dictionary. If you are unaware of that, how to make a list and dictionary, you can visit this Python programming playlist. Here I have told you one video on list function and one video on dictionary function. So let's get started. So whenever we are creating list, it is generally for some set of data for which we have to do certain functions. For example, in this lst.py file, which was discussed in that list one video, we have removed, appended, inserted, sort, reverse, pop, and different types of function with our list. One list is the grocery, which contained three data: detergent, soap, cleaner, and those three are strings. And the other number is another list is numbers, which contain integer value. Okay, so if you have to make a list such as grocery with string value and some grocery or shopping list, some these type of stuff or any other type of data that you may require. So these are generally customized and manually made list. But if you have to generate random numbers like this number list, line number 4, so it's not compulsory that you every time make a list and manually type those numbers. Here compression comes in use and you can generate random numbers and you can also choose the range from which number to which number and also choose the number that how many number I want to generate. So let's write some code. Here A is the list in which I have written random.randint 100, sorry, 10 comma 100. So here let me explain what it is. Here we are creating a list named A in which we are telling Python that generate random integers randint using this random module which we have not imported till now, and we are also seeing a suggestion that random is not defined. So for this we have to import random. So importing and error goes off. And I have also made one video on Python libraries and importing. You know, just see the playlist. So here using this random module, Python is randomly generating integers between value 10 to 100. So let's run this. Sorry, we have to print our list first. Yeah, here we can see 77. Okay. Now, if we want certain number, for example, that when we will run this program, so only one number is generated. And for example, we want such 10 number. So for that, we have to append this code for n in range, sorry, range, and the number of numbers you want. For example, 30. And here, let me tell you, n is a variable. Irrespective of n, you can take any alphabet, any word, anything, okay? And now run it. So here we can see that we have 30 numbers generated. And now let me change this as x, n. Okay, so this is just a variable. You can define it according to your will. So change this number to 15. So here we can see 15 numbers are generated. And now let's change the range. For example, 0 to 100 and make it 100. So let's see what happens. Here we can, here there are all 100 numbers from 0 to 100, but these are in random orders. Okay, now here you can do random stuff with this data. For example, we can add conditions here. So let me first change the range variable 20 and make it 10 again. For example, we can use of if else. If 90, suppose 90 in A, then print 90 is in A. So here it will run. So in this list, we don't have 90. 90 is not generated randomly. But 90 is in list. Here we can see this. 90 is in A. So here we can see, yeah, here is 90. So you can do different type of stuff with this randomly generated data, if else, and many more. Now, one more thing you can do, that we can also print some powers, means number having power raised to which. Let me show you. Here we will create another list B, in which we are referring numbers, basic integers, that numbers with x. Okay. And here I have already taken n as variable, so I will change my variable name. And again, using that range. So range is basically giving the number of data we want. Let it be 11. Okay. So here it would be providing me some numbers, some what 11 numbers with their squares. Sorry, I have to change it to x. I have by mistaken to v. Okay, so Python don't knows we are talking about integer, string, and if any type other of data. So here we are referring integers with x. So we have to refer it with x only in our further syntax. Okay, so let us run this, but before running this time, print this. Okay. So we are expected 11 numbers with their squares. Okay, so this below line is that print a letter. Let me comment this and again run this. So here we can see 0 to 10, 11 numbers with their squares. And these are not random numbers because here we didn't use any random dot random. And we can also you get the cube of the same. Now we will run this, so we will also get the cube. Here you can see cube of each one itself, and so on, raised to power 4, raised to power 5. And so we have see the square, cube, and the number generating, random number generating conditions with those random numbers. So we can uh, also do one more thing using comprehension list, which is breaking list into parts and using separate part for separate purposes. Okay, now let me show you and creating another list C. Here we will make a usual list. We are using integers, and yeah, as I have told you in starting, string will not work in. So integers. Here you have noticed that I have used these two angular brackets. Sorry, big bracket. So I have broken those part one, two, three. Okay. So using comma and then 4, 5, 6. Now C is a list which is starting from here and ending here with two parts, and part one this, part two this, part one containing data this, part two containing data this. Okay. So here where the Python itself not generating data, might string data work. So let us try itself using string data. Again, soap, detergent. No, change itself. For example, one, and math and math. So we have made one list and we have broken it into three parts. So to address each and every part, we will be printing. So before printing, we will be storing the parts in other list or other variable. So let's create D. And in this D, we will use first this asterisk sign and then the name of list which we have created parts, which is C here, and the part which we want or is 0, and the 0 will get the first part 1, 2, 3, 1. And now we have to print D. So it would be showing us 1, 2, 3. So let me explain. Here we have created one list C with three parts and one list D, which is referring to C list C 0 part. And if we would be changing this to 2, so it would be showing me Vivan Mat. Yeah. So number of parts referencing and printing it. So that's it for using comprehension in lists. Now let's quickly move on to comprehension in dictionary. So almost the things are same, but let me get you some unique things. First, let me comment this and also comment this. Now I am dividing this page into two sections. Okay, for easier to you understanding this code, comprehension in the list. Okay, and the second part, which is comprehension in dictionaries. So let's move on. So first of all, let us create one dictionary. So here I am going to make one dictionary. I have already copied it. I have copied to make the length of video shorter. So okay, this is the dictionary. Let me just change the name. Here I would be keeping it A only because the A is commented and that is different part of the file. So here we can see A is referred to 1, B is referred to 2, C is 3, D is 4 and so on. So first of all let us print this. Okay, so it is printing in desired form. So now we are going to addressing the element and using the playing with element, only element, not the whole dictionaries, like we did in this list, like we did in this list. Okay, so now let me make another dictionary which would be A1, okay, because this is supporting role for A, and here we would be typing that A colon, not take A is one only. Let us take D colon 4. So it's necessary that you write the correct pair from the dictionary because otherwise the Python wouldn't be able to access that, get that which element you want to access of the list. Here in my case, I am accessing 0, 1, 2, 3, the third element of the dictionary. Now making this square, okay, for this, sorry, not for, in A dot items. Okay, so let me just get to it quick. It would be printing the square of 4 if this element would be present in our list A, which is the above one. Okay, so we would be printing A1, and now let's run this. Okay, why it's showing us false. Okay, sorry, my bad. Here I was writing it correct for D. Okay, for the element here D. Now we'll run and now we'll get the desired output. Now if we would be changing it to cube, we will be getting 64. Yeah, and 5, so on. And if we would be changing it to F, suppose, cube, cube and yes, change and here also. It's important. Okay, sorry, not 4. So you have seen that why was I telling you not to do such mistake because here we are getting the wrong input F64 when we are cubing it. So cube root of 64 is 4. So here if we will be using any conditions like we have used conditions here, so we would be getting our output as false, as we have gotten when we missed this for. Okay, so it's important that you change the every part of syntax with data. Now we will run and we should get 216. Yeah, here 216. We got, and there are different types of dictionary comprehensions. Most of them are similar in list and dictionary. That why I am not explaining you for different parts, and I would be sharing the source code, and as here you can also use the conditions in dictionaries also. Let me quickly show you that also. Okay, so we'll create another dictionary naming A2. This is also supporting of A, that's why. And here we would be taking again D, and now we will be applying condition in the dictionary itself. In here we will be printing even when if x percentage, and I have discussed about each and every operator in Python in my separate video of Python programming playlist. So make sure to visit it. else make it display on. Okay, so here A2 is a list in which element D, this one D, would be even even if x divided by 2 leaves the remainder 0, else odd. Okay, so completing the syntax for what? For which data? We have to tell D, comma, V. Sorry, not V, X. And why X? Because here we are using X to reference the element, which is 4 here in case of D. And one condition, most important one, if in A. Perhaps you sometimes in long code you may write something which is not present here, or the requirement of the code is that uh, we have to write which is not there. So it is important that if the data is not in dictionary, then also your Python is giving the input. This is not correct now, so that's why we are using if in A dot items. So let me comment this that A1 should not print again. You will be getting A2. Why we are getting this error? Okay, okay. Sorry, we have to use colon for showing the relevance between these two commands. Now it would be giving the desirable output. Yeah, here we can see A odd, B even, C odd, B even. They are these numbers odd, even. So that's it for today's video. I would be leaving the code on my website, and again watch this Python programming playlist, subscribe to my channel, and visit my website, vivanmat.com. See you again.